All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I was away last week on a retreat. I did what's called the Hoffman process. Highly recommend it. You can go to hoffmaninstitute.org to learn more about it if you want. But that's where I was last week. I want to thank Jillian for being here for me last Thursday. Doing a guided meditation, I think on loving kindness. So, love to hear how that went for you. So today is March 10th, 9 a.m. Pacific. Please feel free to write down any questions or comments that you may have around self compassion. I wrote down a few questions and comments in the little scrolling banner at the bottom. And we'd love to hear your thoughts on self-compassion. What gets in the way of your own care for yourself? And we're going to be talking about ways that we can increase self-compassion in our lives. So good afternoon to Don. Hello to Miriam. Good afternoon to Maria. Hello, Suha. Hello, Lynn. Quite a few people here from LinkedIn, a few from YouTube. So welcome. Good afternoon from Michigan. Hello, Jason. Yeah, so if you can write down where you are in the world, any questions around self-compassion. A lot of people are struggling right now. A lot of people are worried about potential, war, nuclear war, a lot of anxiety around what's happening in Ukraine. A lot of people looking for work, struggling with COVID. So a lot of struggling right now around the world. And so with that stress and that anxiety, the depression, we could all use a little bit of care. We could all use a little bit of self-compassion to tend to our challenges and our anxieties and stress without judgment, but adding some curiosity to it, sensing it for what it is and nothing more, nothing less, with a sense of caring, gentle awareness, and going through a few steps to take care of ourselves with mindfulness and some self-compassion exercises. So I'm looking forward to talking about this and practicing this with you right now. But hello to Angela in Florida, Carmelo, Patty is in California, Amanda is in Portland, Don's in Kentucky, Carmelo's in Connecticut, Rhonda is in Texas, Lynn is in Indiana, Sandra is in Canada, Marie is in the UK, Yolanda's in Texas. Hi, Monica, and Honor Garrett's in Easton, Pennsylvania. And welcome, everybody. Great. Ashley's in Scotland. Hello, Ashley. Great. So as we normally do with these live weekly sessions, it'd be nice to start with a brief guided meditation practice together. So this will be a brief self-compassion practice that we can use when we're going through tough times. So I'd like to invite you to just kind of sense into your seat. Maybe take a deep breath or two. Sometimes it's nice to put our hands on the heart, connect with the heart. And we can look downward to limit visual distractions, or we can close our eyes gently if we feel comfortable doing so. And still connecting with our heart and our body. As we breathe in and out. And maybe just listening to the body. Listening to the heart. Sensing into this experience, however it is. Being awake and aware of however we're feeling in this moment. If we had to name one or two emotions that are here, what would those be? These are emotions of not what we want to feel, but what we're actually feeling right now. So maybe there's a sense of stress, sadness, fear, contentment, curiosity. Just noticing what's true for you right now in this moment. So we're not judging these emotions to be good or bad. They're not right or wrong. Just allowing what's here, to be felt. some sense of care for how it feels. Treating ourselves like we would treat a good friend who may have similar feelings and emotions. This gentle, kind awareness. Accepting any feelings of stress, tightness, or heaviness without judgment. And accepting feelings of contentment, calm, or lightness without judgment. Breathing in a sense of care into the lungs and the heart. And breathing out a sense of peace. Allow it. Maybe with a hand or two over the heart. Bringing a sense of care to the heart from the hands. Nurturing our heart. with kindness. And listening to the heart. What does the heart want to express? How does our heart want to fully express itself? And can we honor our heart with this gentle awareness, this caring curiosity? Without agenda or judgment. Maybe taking a deep breath or two, breathing in a sense of care into the heart, and a sense of peace as we breathe out. And may we bring this sense of self-care to our hearts and to our bodies, to our emotions for the rest of the day. Maybe wiggling your fingers or toes, and slowly opening the eyes whenever you're ready. So I'd like to welcome more people joining us. Kara is in Colorado. Tatiana's in Houston. Olivia in Oceanside. Christopher in Central Ohio. Durga, someone in Rwanda. Uh, Thank you, Elena, for your comment. Thank you for taking good care of the kids. Jose Mary is in Brazil. Razu's in Ontario. Sally's in Boston. Mila's in Vancouver. Insightful Essentials Coaching says thank you. Turkey, Argentina. Wonderful. Well, welcome. So this practice was a very simple practice of just kind of tuning into the breath, um, connecting with the heart center, um, sensing into what emotions are present, whether they're pleasant or unpleasant, just giving space to what's here without judgment, noticing what's here, this gentle awareness, feeling it in the body, and really tending to the heart, bringing a sense of warmth and care to the heart, listening to what the heart wants to express. I'd be really curious in the comment sections what your heart wanted to express, whether it was tears, anger, gratitude, anything at all. I'd be curious what your hearts want to express. Sometimes we can put words to it. Sometimes it's more of a energetic shift. Maybe our hearts just want to be listened to. So maybe the heart is making a request for our awareness. But in that practice, we, offered ourselves the same sense of tender care that we would offer a good friend who may be going through a similar situation. Sometimes we treat ourselves very harshly. We may judge our emotions, judge our hearts, judge our situations as being bad or wrong, or that it should be different. But if a friend was going through a similar situation, we probably would not be judging. We'd probably be just offering a sense of warmth. Offering our ears, maybe a hug. So I know I do that all the time. I might judge my situation as being not good enough or that it should be a little different. But can we just listen to our hearts and offer ourselves the same warmth and care as we would offer a good friend? And remembering that self-compassion, isn't all about just going to the gym or eating kale or, watching TV or eating ice cream. Self-compassion is, a feeling. Can we offer ourselves actual care from the heart? We can do things all day long, but we can do things with a sense of self-judgment. And that's not so compassionate to ourselves. And so can we offer ourselves this tender warmth, allowance, acceptance of what's here, and offering ourselves this wish to be happy, this wish to alleviate suffering, listening to our bodies and our hearts and our intellect and our spirits, what we could use to care for ourselves. Um, So, Elizabeth, you listened to your heart, and it sounded like your heart wanted to express openness, or it was expressing openness. Jason said, grateful and thankful and open space. Wonderful. Yeah. Such a nice feeling to feel into an open, spacious heart. Lynn said, accepting and care. Brief fear as my thoughts went to external and then back to accepting. Yeah. 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 A lot of the time we fight our experience. And so if we can remember to tune into a sense of acceptance for what's here, it can be a big game changer. Just allowing space for what's actually here. And that can diffuse the fighting and the internal wars that we create. So thank you for sharing, Elizabeth and Jason and Lynn, Monica. Yeah. Yolanda said acceptance. Yeah. Acceptance is a tricky word sometimes. A lot of times people hear the word acceptance and might feel triggered by that word. So they don't, sometimes we'll equate acceptance with condoning a situation or acceptance with becoming a doormat or inviting more suffering. But when we talk about acceptance, we really mean just accepting the way things are right now. We can still have influence on our future self, and we can still have influence on how we feel and how we relate to situations. We can still create boundaries, have fierce compassion. But can we also just acknowledge and accept that this moment is like this? This moment feels like this. It's just a very baseline of understanding of what's actually happening. And we can accept that that's how it is. And that we have self-efficacy, we have influence, we have power to choose how we respond. So I recommend the book by Tara Brach, Radical Acceptance. Goes into a lot more detail on this. Elizabeth said purple light was being expressed from the heart. Nice. That sounds wonderful. Yeah. So, can we check in with our experience? Can we check in with body, emotions, intellect, and spirit to sense into what's real, what's true, and invite the body and emotions and intellect and spirit to be in our field of awareness? Can we be awake and aware to all of these four parts? Can we notice how our emotions are arising and changing? Can we check in with how the body's feeling? Can we acknowledge our intellect and thank the intellect? And also acknowledge the presence of our own spirit, whatever that means to you. So I hope this was helpful for you. Hello, Mary West and Salinas. I'd love to come down to Salinas and Pacific Grove soon. See the sea otters. Love those sea otters over there. But yeah, thank you for joining me. I wish you self-compassion, self-care for the rest of the day. I'll be here again next Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific. I'd like to thank Jillian for being here, attending to the comments. Thank you, Yolanda. Really, yeah, it's very nice to sit with community and connect with all of you. Yeah, and if you'd like to check out some of our free offerings, you can check out our YouTube channel or mindfulnessexercises.com. We have over like 2,000 free guided meditations and worksheets and guided meditation scripts. We have a 100-day challenge. Ernest, hello. Nice to see you. Thank you. Thank you, Taylor. Thank you, Gonka, Patricia. Thank you, Monica. Yeah. So look forward to sitting with you again next week. I think next week we'll do some practices around resilience. So for those of you wanting to strengthen your resilience, I invite you to come check it out. And also we're going to have an online retreat soon on self-compassion and resilience in about a month from now. So you can check out our next online 3-day meditation retreat. It's mid-April sometime on self-compassion and resilience. So yeah, thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Jackie. And I wish you all well. Thank you for coming. Take care, everybody. I wish you well.